Ahí creo que estamos. Ahí estamos. No sé si hay mucha luz o no. Ahí me dirán ahora si se ve. Si se ve o no. Vamos a acomodar un chiquitín ahí. Buenas. Vamos a tomar un poco de agua. Buenas. Se van uniendo algunos. Ahí están los chicos. Minuto que ahí. Bueno, voy a esperar un toque. Pero... Ay, denme un segundo para que vea cómo hacer con esto. Está mandando más de una solicitud. A ver, ahí sí se ve o no se ve. Hello, guys. Hola, ¿cómo va? Buena. How are you?
Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
How are you doing today?
Yeah, we're good. We're good, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
Can you hear me? ¿Me pueden escuchar? ¿Se escucha?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Perfecto. Bueno, esperamos. We're going just to wait for a couple of minutes, okay? Before we start, so we see if more people get connected, okay?
Okay.
Well,
I'm just gonna turn the light on.
Okay. Before we start, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
So I know you're in Argentina, but are you from Argentina?
Yes, I'm from Argentina.
We thought your accent sounded very different.
My accent different from Argentina.
Yeah.
Okay, no. I'm from Argentina. From Buenos Aires, actually. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well, and you're from Manchester, right?
We live in Manchester now, but we're from like, close to London.
Can you hear us okay?
I couldn't hear that last part, Nick. Could you just repeat it? Could you please repeat it?
So we used to live like, I don't know, 30 minutes from London. It's a place called, the state is called Essex.
Okay, a 30 minutos a un lugar a 30 minutos de Londres. Genial.
Yeah, but now we live in Manchester.
Ok, ahora está en Manchester. Perfecto. ¿Qué les iba a decir? Claro, yo no sabía, but Amy, you know Spanish, right?
Sí, un poco, pero ahora estoy aprendiendo portugués.
Aprendiendo portugués.
Entonces,
Ok.
mi cabeza es muy
Como un poco confundida.
I've forgotten my Spanish because I'm learning Portuguese. So like I have to really concentrate now when I speak Spanish.
Ok, bien. Como que empezó a confundirse un poco con el tema al empezar a estudiar portugués. Se empezó ahí, como que tiene que prestar más atención cuando está hablando en español. Pero es súper normal. It's like, yeah, it's so natural when you're just learning two different languages. But they have some things in common, I think. So that's maybe is what we call like false friends or fake friends. Falsos amigos. Like some words that they look the same, but they're not the same. They have totally different meaning.
Yeah.
¿Sí? Son lo que nosotros en castellano, en español los llamamos falsos amigos, y son esas palabras que se escriben igual, pero en realidad significan dos cosas totalmente distintas. Entonces eso nos confunde mucho. Con el portugués, con el italiano, son cosas que nos confunden un montón. Bueno, acá es muy temprano, quizás para un domingo es medio temprano. Así que bueno, van a ir y van a venir un poco. Veremos si... Para nosotros son here, it's like 12 p.m. So maybe for Sunday it's a little bit early. But well, they're just gonna come and go. I don't know. And if they don't see it now, they will see it later. Okay? So we can't start. Okay? So we don't lose more time. Is that okay? Do you think it's okay?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Good.
Okay. Bueno, I will start like with a very short thing, and then you can introduce yourself because we want to know more about you guys. Okay?
Okay.
Bueno, yo los conocí a ellos a través de un alumno de Jamaica que escuchaba el podcast de Amy y Nick y me dijo, quiero ir a Uruguay. Y yo le dije, me llamó mucho la atención Uruguay. Y me dijo, no, es que escuché un podcast y me enamoré de Uruguay. Me dice, lo tenés que escuchar. Y ahí me pasó el podcast de ellos y bueno, y ahí los empecé a escuchar y los empecé a seguir. Bueno, así que básicamente así empezó. But well, I was telling that I met you guys because one of my students, he's a Jamaica boy, and he talked about you. He heard, he listened to your podcast about Uruguay, and he was like, "Oh, Uruguay is amazing." He just fell in love with Uruguay. So well, I just started listening to your podcast because of this, actually. So well, he's quite a fan of you. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever been to Jamaica? Have you been there?
No.
No?
We would go though. Like the Caribbean isn't somewhere that we've really explored that much, but yeah, it would be amazing to go. Like, well, we want to go to everywhere, so
Every country.
Yeah, I've seen you in Croatia. Los vi en Croacia. Vi fotos de Croacia, digo, bueno, sí, a todos lados. Nos decían que todavía no han ido a Jamaica, pero bueno, sí, que obviamente que quieren ir a todos los países. Y bueno, vayan al Instagram después y vean, porque tienen fotos de todos lados, realmente de todos lados. Bueno, could you please introduce yourself so we get to know you a little bit more? ¿Se pueden presentar así las conocemos un poquito más?
Sure, I'll start. Okay, like, hello everyone. Hola. Like,
él está aprendiendo español también.
sí.
Ok, bueno, lo que quieran decir en español, vamos con eso. Because in your podcast, Amy's always like saying phrases in different languages. I don't know how you do it, but you're always like repeating phrases in a lot of languages. So, guys, let's go today with Spanish. Vamos hoy con el español.
Lo siento. No, yo hablo un poco español.
Okay.
No, just not enough. Anyway, I'll start talking in English. Hello, everyone. So, yeah, we are Amy and Nick. As you said, we started a podcast called What the Faux Travel Podcast about 5 years ago, and we wanted.
Hace 5 años empezaron el podcast. Sí.
We wanted to make a podcast that was interesting, but it was fun as well. And we both really liked listening to podcasts. Amy worked in radio. She worked for the BBC in England. So we thought we could make a podcast because we couldn't find anything that we really enjoyed. So we made a podcast, and after 3 or 4 years, it got more popular. And then we decided to quit our normal jobs and travel around the world with the podcast, meeting lots of interesting people, going to interesting countries, learning about cultures. And it went really, really well. We were able to work with some companies while we were traveling, some tourist boards and some tour companies, so we could do more things and, you know, tell our listeners about all these fantastic things to do around the world. And since
voy un segundito. Empezaron un podcast y lo que querían hacer es que el podcast fuera, no solo creo que me decían informativo, cuando las frases se me hacen muy largas después se me complica, pero que fuese también divertido. Ellos lo que querían era que fuese divertido. Y empezó el podcast porque en general escuchaban podcast y porque Amy trabajaba para la BBC, for the BBC. Todos los que estudian inglés seguramente conozcan el tema de la BBC, sobre todo para estudiar fonética. Después le voy a pedir que digan cream cheese, por favor. Pero bueno, no, porque el acento es algo bastante particular. Pero bueno, entonces dejaron sus trabajos, los trabajos que tenían, y se abocaron directamente entonces a lo que era el tema del podcast y a viajar por todo el mundo, ¿sí? Okay, Nick, sorry.
No, that's okay. I forgot you were translating. So, we also filmed our trip around the world for YouTube, so we started a YouTube channel as well.
Ok, comenzaron también un canal de YouTube, bien, para poder compartir, y es diferente, and it's different, very different from the podcast.
Yeah.
Because you can't see things, right? Like all this, how you say, can be like the sceneries, yeah, and the places. It's completely different.
For me, I think I prefer the podcast. I like listening to stories, you know, with only audio, because I think your imagination can go more wild. So what we try to do with the podcast, like I said, we want to teach people about the world, but we want to have fun as well. And we sometimes play stupid games, sometimes some very rude games, but I think everyone learns more when they're having fun.
Ok, entonces bueno, con el podcast sí quieren enseñar, pero también quieren divertirse, van haciendo juegos. Ellos, a ver, por eso yo antes los cargaba con esto de que probemos algunas frases argentinas o que puedan hablar algunas cosas de tipo el slang argentino o el lunfardo, porque siempre en lo general suelen repetir frases con algún invitado de algún país. Y nada, se nota eso, como el tema de lo divertido. Entonces, que no solamente la gente se informe, pero también que se diviertan, que la pasen bien. Y otra cosa que me decía Nick es el tema de la imaginación. Todos los que vengan, que sean más o menos de nuestra generación, seguramente estuvieron y escucharon radio. Entonces, el podcast es medio como esto, ¿no? Uno imagina, porque no está viendo a las personas. Y es totalmente diferente. Like a podcast, a radio, they're completely different. Yeah, it's a completely different experience. I just love it, but because maybe I think we're like the same generation, so it's different. Like maybe for teenagers, it's a different thing. I think that's in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from there.
I think I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Well, something else. We'll go to Amy.
What about you, Amy? What about our business since we got home?
Yeah. Ahí están como reconectando.
Hear us? Can you hear us? Are we back?
Ahora sí. Oh. Yeah, I can hear you back. Yeah, you're back. You were like frozen.
Okay. But yeah, so like Nick said, we started the podcast 5 years ago, but just for more introduction, we're a married couple. We've always loved traveling, and we just wanted to kind of change it, have more of a purpose with traveling and show people about the world. But then since we've been home, we've turned the podcast into a business. So now not only do we create our own podcast, but we create podcasts for other businesses as well.
Ok, bien, empezaron entonces este podcast, ¿sí? Que después les vamos a dejar en la descripción del video, les vamos a dejar toda la información. Lo empezaron hace 5 años, ellos están casados y cambió un poco el tema del podcast, entiendo, cuando volvieron a su lugar de origen. That was because of the coronavirus that you just went back? And
no,
then
our trip naturally ended in November last year. So we came, the plan was to come home and get new jobs and settle down for a little bit. And for me, 2020 was going to be a year of learning. So I wanted to learn Portuguese. I wanted to come home and learn different things like yoga. So with coronavirus, it actually kind of turned out to be the type of year that I wanted. Stay still and learn, but it's taught us that we really we've had an okay year considering coronavirus, but I think it's made us realize that we do want to be on the road, so we will be traveling again soon.
Ok, bien, entonces, en realidad ellos volvieron como que su viaje terminaba en noviembre, ¿sí? Noviembre del 2019, no es que volvieron por el tema del coronavirus, no es eso lo que sucedió, que era lo que yo había pensado, sino que lo que querían era asentarse un poco más, empezar a hacer otras cosas, que fuese un año de aprendizaje. Amy me decía esto de aprender portugués, de poder hacer yoga, de tener también otros trabajos, y que empezaron también a producir podcast para otra gente. ¿Sí? Ellos ahora tienen su propio negocio produciendo podcast para gente que quizás lo quiere hacer, pero bueno, no sabe algunas cuestiones técnicas y demás para poder llevarlo adelante. Y hoy en día, la verdad, es que es algo que se está haciendo muchísimo. Los podcasts, como que han crecido, el tema del podcast ha crecido un montón. y creo que es por esto la diferencia de la radio, ¿no? Es algo que podemos escuchar en cualquier momento. Like, we can hear it in any moment, when we want to. Like, now we own our time. We can choose when to see something on YouTube or on Spotify, and I think that's great. It's like, yeah, it's a different time.
Yeah.
So,
I see podcasts are very similar to Netflix. So we don't watch live TV anymore. We pick
yeah, me too.
choose what we want to watch when we want to watch it. And podcast is the same to radio. Like, I love radio. I've worked in radio most of my life. It's a passion of mine, but to be honest, I don't listen as much anymore. It's all about podcasts, I think, now.
Bien, bueno, hablamos de eso, de que cambió, ellos tampoco ven, lo que me decía Amy, ella no ve televisión hoy en día, lo que es la televisión tradicional, entonces bueno, que es más parecido, esto de los podcasts es más parecido a Netflix, ¿no? Uno elige en qué momentos y qué contenidos quiere ver, nosotros ahora decidimos en qué momento, decimos, bueno, ahora tengo tiempo libre, bueno, ahora lo veo, no es como antes. Acuérdense en Argentina como que tenías ese capítulo de una, no sé, una serie, una novela y decías, no, me tengo que prender a, no sé, al 13, a canal, no sé, a Telefe a tal hora. No, nosotros ahora somos los dueños de nuestro propio tiempo. Well, guys, and you've been to Argentina. Ustedes vinieron a Argentina. Viajaron por toda Latinoamérica, pero vinieron a Argentina. Son dos culturas como muy distintas. I think we have a lot of things. We have many differences, cultural differences. And I want to know how you felt the first time you've been here. Like when you just arrived, how was it? How was for you? What was your first impression about Argentina? And if you had some information, because for me it was very funny, the things that you post on your stories, when you share your stories today, like Shakira, football, and I don't remember if there was a third thing.
South America.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, South America, but it's very interesting because some people, a veces la gente no sabe cómo es conocido nuestro país afuera, cómo ven nuestro país afuera. They don't know, most people don't know how foreign people know or see a country. So I really want to know, your experience and if you had any ideas about Argentina or South America in general before coming, and then when you arrive here.
The first thing. Firstly, Argentina was the one country that I really, really, really wanted to go to. It was top of my list. It was country number one. And I wrote it on my bucket list of things that I want to do before I die. It's a list of, number 55 was to go to my most desired country, Argentina.
Okay, how you call on list? Could you please say it again?
Bucket list, like a bucket, like you take to the beach. Or like no sé.
Okay, por la playa. Okay, bien. Estaba entonces, Argentina era el primer país que ella quería conocer y estaba como en esta lista, nosotros podríamos decir como una lista de deseos, lo que querés hacer antes de morirte. Cuando vos escribís, bueno, esa lista de deseos que tenés, y ella tenía dentro de los países, el primer país que quería conocer era Argentina.
Es una lista de deseos, ¿sabes?
Claro, ahí lo que traes, una lista de deseos, sí.
But then you say how come we best try.
Yeah, so we've been to Argentina twice because we do love Argentina, so we came back and we want to come back again. I think first impressions, I think Argentina as the country is very different to Buenos Aires.
Yeah, totally. It's not just Buenos Aires. That's a very good thing. Yeah, I like that comment. Argentina no es lo mismo que Buenos Aires, but you've been to Jujuy. I post different on my stories, different places, because you know more than just Buenos Aires. And in general, foreign people think that Argentina is Buenos Aires. Sí, la gente en general, I'm a Spanish tutor, y la gente en general, los extranjeros, piensan que Argentina es Buenos Aires, y les juro que intento decir no es así, tenemos muchas diferencias. bueno, no son acentos, nosotros decimos diferentes tonadas, diferentes costumbres y demás, y tenemos un país súper amplio y rico, y no es solo Buenos Aires. Bueno, ahí nos preguntan, ¿qué lugares de Argentina visitaron? Yeah, which places? Which cities have you been to?
Fuimos para Jujuy, Salta, Buenos
Jujuy,
Aires
Salta, en el norte.
y
Córdoba.
Córdoba.
Rosario,
Rosario, Santa Fe, muy bien.
Mendoza.
Mendoza.
Y Mendoza. Me perdí, creo, la tercera. Dijeron Jujuy, Salta, the third one.
So Salta, Córdoba, Rosario, Buenos Aires, Mendoza.
Y Mendoza.
Is Jujuy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't been to the south, to Patagonia. We
Okay.
want to,
You
but
definitely have to go. You definitely have to go one day. It's amazing. It's amazing. No quiero que se me enojen acá, pero les digo, no fueron a la Patagonia, pero la Patagonia, amo la Patagonia. My brother lives in Patagonia. I love Patagonia so much. My favorite place in Patagonia is not Bariloche, which is the most popular, maybe. My favorite places are San Martín de los Andes and Villa Langostura. Okay? I will send you some pictures and some things because my family lived for many years in Patagonia, so I love it. I love it with all my heart. No quiero que se me enojen en Córdoba, pero amo la Patagonia con toda mi alma. Bueno, y about the differences, what happened? Because we give a hug or sometimes we kiss each other. That's very different. We don't have that distance, right? Today, yeah, because of the coronavirus, we can have that, but in general, we don't have it. Latin people are different, and in Argentina, it's different, right?
Yeah.
So how you feel about that? ¿Cómo se sintieron con eso del beso, el abrazo y la cosa latina que tenemos en Argentina?
if I'm honest, from our culture here in England, when we arrived in Argentina, to see men kissing is very different, very different. But it's normal for us to go to different countries and see different cultures. I wasn't very shocked. I like to learn about different cultures, but I was surprised that the men kiss each other when they say hello or goodbye.
Ok, bien. Entonces es verdad, claro, como conocen muchas culturas, tampoco lo que decía Nick, no es que les fue como un super shock. Si bien están acostumbrados a otra cosa, tampoco es que les fue súper choqueante porque, bueno, están acostumbrados a viajar. Acá me preguntan, ¿tomaron mate? Have you tried mate? Yes, and how was it?
Gusta mucho. I think
Bien, ahí me gusta mucho, muy bien.
I think
Bien con el español.
this is something that actually Argentina and England have in common, the same thing. We're both countries that love tea. We love tea, and we love football as well. And even I think food as well. In Argentina, like meat, beef, pork. It's the same here in England. We do have many differences, which we'll talk about later, but we have many similarities, and one is tea. We're both countries that love tea.
Bien, entonces sí, han tomado mate, han probado el mate y me dicen que claro, ellos en realidad en Inglaterra es muy común y de hecho una de las cosas que yo había notado era el tema del té, ¿no? El té como de las 5 de la tarde, que es como que lo que nosotros tenemos ahí, lo típico, y que ellos pusieron también a la reina, pusieron al té y a Elton John, por favor, obviamente. No puse música because of the copyright, okay? That's because I didn't add music, but I love Elton John with all my heart. ¿Qué les iba a decir? Bueno, entonces también me dicen que hay eso sí es como algo que tenemos en común de alguna forma, porque bueno, es parecido, podríamos decir que en algún punto es parecido. Creo que lo que es diferente es la forma de tomarlo, because the tea is something that you have on your own, but mate is something to share, ¿sí? El té es algo que uno toma solo, es para uno, en cambio el mate se comparte, tiene esa cosa. Y en general mucha gente es como que, ay, no sé, eso es medio raro, y en otras culturas, bueno, suele ser medio raro. Acá tenemos otra pregunta. En Salta y Jujuy, por la altura, ¿los invitaron a coquear? ¿Se apunaron? Do you know what is coca? Have you tried coca?
The leaves.
Yeah, that's it, the leaf. Have you tried?
Yeah, we tried that in Chile. in Chile.
Oh,
Because
en
I
Chile.
a little bit of like altitude sickness, so I was chewing on them. I think they worked a little bit. They stopped me from feeling so sick.
Yeah, I think it works, but I don't like the smell.
Yeah, we don't like.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. It's awful. I hate it. I hate it. But yeah, but some people use it a lot in our country, especially in Salta. In Salta they use it a lot. Lo usaron, sí, tomaron coca, decía ahí Amy, en Chile, sí, por esto del tema de apunarse, y que sí le sirvió un poco para no sentirse así sick, para no sentirse como, para no enfermarse, ¿no? Para no tener esa sensación horrible que te produce como el apunamiento y demás. Sí, como no sentirse descompuesta.
I have something to say about mate, though.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people will say we shouldn't have done this in Argentina, but we went hitchhiking con dedo. Fuimos con dedo en Argentina.
Ah, fueron bien, fueron, entonces hicieron dedo.
¿Sí?
You travel like this?
Yeah, but
Oh my gosh.
one of the journeys we were traveling from
Cordoba to Rosario.
Cordoba to Rosario, and a family picked us up. Well, a couple picked us up. There were two doctors called Maximiliano y Laura, and they are our Argentinian family. We love them.
Okay.
But they picked us up in the car, and they were drinking mate, and I don't like tea, so I didn't have it, but it was, I really enjoy that with mate. Like you said, you drink it together, so everybody in the car was sharing the pot of tea, where you're right, in England we would keep our own cup to ourselves. It's very solitary, but I like the act of sharing in Argentina.
Bien, bueno, me encantó la anécdota ahí que está compartiendo Amy, que fueron entonces desde Rosario, desde Córdoba a Rosario, ¿era?
Was it
O al revés.
Cordoba to
Córdoba
Rosario.
para Rosario.
Bueno, fueron desde Córdoba a Rosario a dedo, hicieron dedo y viajaron entonces con una pareja que ahora se volvieron como su familia, ¿sí? Son como los, como los que los refugiaron ahí de alguna forma y se volvieron como sus preferidos en Argentina y ellos estaban tomando mate en el viaje. Ahí es donde lo probaron, Amy no porque no le gusta el té, pero Nick sí lo probó. Y bueno, y ahí es medio donde conocieron también el tema del mate, pero me decía que sí le gusta igual esto del compartir. Me encantó ahí sí, no sabía eso, que se habían animado a hacer dedo. Did you travel like that? Me dicen, por la pandemia estamos cambiando la costumbre del mate, que compartimos el termo. El mate es individual, claro. Now, because of the coronavirus, we don't share mate with other people. Yeah. So just the water, but we don't share it. Just to, that's a precaution thing. But
Do you think, will that change the whole culture in Argentina forever?
no, please, no, I don't want that to happen. No, don't tell me that. No. You want me to die today? No, please, no. But you've been to Uruguay. Fueron también a Uruguay. Lo que le digo es que, por favor, no me diga eso, que nos vamos a quedar así para toda la vida porque yo me muero. Imagínense que me muero. Esto es algo muy de Argentina de compartir, así que no. Me muero hoy si me dicen que nos quedamos así para siempre. Fueron a Uruguay y en Uruguay el mate también es muy común. En Uruguay mate it's like a big tradition.
Yeah, when we went to Uruguay, and I don't think Uruguayan people would like me to say this, but it's like a small Argentina. Like it's kind of
it's very similar.
like the little brother of Argentina. They have a lot of similar cultures. They drink mate, obviously the same language. I loved Uruguay. I thought it has a fantastic coastline. Some really interesting places like Punta
Punta del Este.
Demasiado caro.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's different for you. It's cheaper here in Argentina, of course, because the dollar, yeah. Bueno, me dicen que sí, que les encantó Uruguay, sobre todo la parte costera. Obviamente las playas son más lindas que las playas argentinas, Punta del Este, y que Nick ahí agregó que Uruguay es demasiado caro. Bueno, a diferencia de Argentina, sí tienen otra economía y tienen una economía más estable. Me dicen, Puerto Madryn también es recomendable, si alguna vez vuelven les encantaría. Bueno, Puerto Madryn, sí es otro lugar, hay también para que anoten, so you can write it down, guys. It's another place lovely to visit, yeah, definitely. Puerto Madryn, okay? Puerto Madryn. Sí, y ahí van a poder hacer el avistaje de ballenas. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. So you can see the whales. You can see the whales. It's a lovely place. It's a lovely place and famous as well. Well, then you have Ushuaia. You have a lot of places. I should make a list for you because we have in Patagonia we have a lot of places, a lot of amazing places. Después me dicen en Paraguay y sur de Brasil también toman mate. Sí, toman mate y también tereré.
I didn't know that you drank in Brazil. That's new.
No. Sometimes they have differences because they drink like a cold mate, and we call it in North Argentina, especially in Misiones, tereré. It's like with juice, and it's cold, okay? It's different because it's very hot. Like they have a different weather, so it's different. It's different. Yeah, definitely. What you thought? You thought like I have an accent from Uruguay, Colombia, of where? Because you said, yeah, I didn't sound Argentinian.
I think when you speak Spanish, I would know that you're Argentinian. But when you speak English, I don't know.
Where did you learn English, or who did you learn from, and like where were they from?
In my school, and then in different institutes, and I've been to England and Scotland. I've been to Hastings, and they always ask me, why the hell you been to Hastings? Because it's not a very famous place. But it was because there was an institute there. So I've just been there because of that. Fui a un instituto en Hastings, que no es un lugar muy conocido, quizás para los turistas, pero fui ahí porque el instituto estaba en ese lugar, entonces fui a aprender ahí. Pero yeah, I love English so much. Bueno, ¿tenemos acá alguna pregunta más? No. Bueno, we can go back to food. Podemos ir a la comida, por favor, a la comida y al fútbol. Vamos primero con la comida, because people in my account, they love food, actually. And in general, of course, we talk about vegan food and vegetarian, but I know that my country is known for another thing. It's known because of meat. We have to admit this. And even though the vegetarian and vegan population is increasing, that is not what we talk about, see? ¿Qué dicen? In south of Brazil they drink it also. It is called, I don't know how to pronounce this. Ustedes saben, ahí Amy, ¿cómo pronunciamos esto en Chimarao? ¿Cómo pronunciamos esto en portugués?
Well, like the double R is like a H sound, so it's like chimarrão, but they like it's hard
chimarrão. Ok, bueno. Muy bien, pero bueno, dicen que entonces en el sur de Brasil sí.
Yo amo choripán.
Ah, le gusta el choripán, bien. Food street, ¿sí? Street food, that's it, street food. Hay un capítulo para los que les interese, hay un capítulo en Netflix que se llama Street Food Latinoamérica, Street Food Latinoamérica, y ahí, bueno, se ve esto de la comida de la calle argentina. Bueno, en cuanto a la comida, yo les decía, tenemos que, si bien la población de veganos y vegetarianos ha crecido un montón en nuestro país, yo les quiero decir, gente, a los que están acá en mi cuenta, que en general son vegetarianos, veganos, o que tienden a esa línea, muchos no lo son, pero tienden a ese tipo de alimentación, les quiero decir que lamentablemente nuestro país es conocido, en primer lugar, bueno, podríamos decir que por Messi, pero también es muy conocido y la gente busca nuestro país, viene a nuestro país por la carne. Así que o nos ponemos las pilas y empiezan a conocer un poco más de que hay otras cosas, pero ahí te dicen, Amy, que lo pronunciaste perfecto en portugués. Vamos ahí. Qué grande, muy bien. Bueno, así que es así, tenemos que saber eso. Y también los lugares que se conocen, como decíamos antes, ellos viajaron por distintos lugares de Argentina, pero mucha gente piensa que Argentina es solo Buenos Aires, ¿sí? Que es solo Buenos Aires y tenemos que desmitificar, tenemos que hacer que nuestro país se conozca un poco más. Bueno, de comida, ¿qué les llamó la atención? Talking about food, what caught your attention, guys? about Argentinian food?
I think
You can be honest here, totally honest.
I think obviously the empanadas are very
Las
famous.
empanadas, okay. In Salta?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, we really like the empanadas, and they're actually we have something similar in England called pasties, which they're really kind of the same thing. It's another thing we have in common. But empanadas, very good. We really like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, churipan, delicious.
I love it. That's good. And because it has a sauce in it. I can't remember. Is it?
Y chimichurri, tiene chimichurri, suele tener chimichurri. Yo se lo pongo, por ejemplo, a las papas y demás, pero bueno, lo que me están diciendo es que lo que más le gustaba fueron las empanadas y el choripán, y hablábamos de la salsa esa que se le pone arriba, que es el chimichurri, mi papá lo suele hacer, y fuimos como dividiendo la parrilla para que tenga no solo carne, sino también verduras, y el chimichurri, you can add it to potatoes or other things, to vegetables as well.
And Argentina has the best leche.
Dulce de leche.
Oh, el dulce de leche. Okay, so you like sweet things too. Sí, el dulce de leche también. Dulce de leche y alfajores son cosas que también, que se conocen un montón. Sí, suele.
También tú tienes, Argentina tiene alfajores.
Ajá, alfajores, muy bien, alfajores. Bueno, ¿y alguna diferencia acá ahora, comidas de ustedes, no? Ayer yo les preguntaba, I was asking them about like the most popular food in your country, in England. Yo les preguntaba si a ustedes por historias, ¿cuál era la comida más, ahora les voy a decir las que yo puse, cuál era la más conocida en Inglaterra? Scones, fish and chips, and Yorkshire pudding. And I think it's fish and chips. Am I right? Or not?
I think maybe the most famous, yes.
Yeah.
But for English people, not the most popular. Maybe like once every 2 weeks. Maybe people say, not us, but maybe once in 2 weeks someone has fish and chips. It's not very popular. It's famous. The most popular food, I think, in England is food from India.
Ok, wow, bueno, ahí tenemos algo muy distinto. Me están diciendo que en realidad no es que fish and chips sea, que en realidad son como las papas fritas y el pescado, no es que sea la comida más popular, pero que se suele hacer a veces 1 o 2 veces a la semana en casa, pero que la comida más popular en Inglaterra es la comida hindú. Esto sí me llama mucho la atención. Acá me dicen alfajores y churros, también si probaron los churros. Have you tried churros?
Yes, we have.
Dulce de leche.
Is that a Mexican thing? Is it from
We do it in Argentina as well. I have no idea that they have it in Mexico. I have no idea. Yeah.
Okay, so in England, if we hear of churros, we think they're from Mexico.
Oh, okay, great.
I love, what's the black sausage? What's the name of it? In Argentina, the black sausage. Paris. No.
In the barbecue, you mean?
Yeah.
Morcilla, eso es, morcilla. Morcilla, ok, ven, es lo que yo les digo, Argentina es conocido por el asado, gente, hay que ponerse las pilas porque es conocido por el asado. Yeah, it's one of the most popular things. Foreign people know our country because of meat, and sometimes a place that is very popular in our country, it's Mendoza because of the wine. Es bastante conocido también Mendoza por el tema del vino. Bueno, a ver, acerca del desayuno, ¿sí? ¿Qué es lo que ustedes suelen tomar como desayuno? ¿Hay algo típico? Do you have something typical, a typical English thing for breakfast?
Yeah, so we have something called the English breakfast, but it's not it's not healthy.
Okay, no es saludable, pero okay, you can tell us. Anyway.
So on a plate you'll have salchichas, so sausages. You would have
Sí.
feijão. I can't think of the word.
In Spanish,
Feijão in Portuguese and
beans.
beans.
Ah, bien, arvejas, arvejas.
I'm not sure. I can't remember the word.
Sausage, beans,
So we have sausage, beans, eggs,
bacon.
bacon.
Panceta.
Mushrooms, and
Bien, champiñones.
like hash brown potatoes. But I would say like
Papas.
it's normal to have that maybe once a month. I would say.
Not every day, not every
Not
week.
for us,
It's
okay.
so big, a lot of meat, a lot of fat, but it's delicious. I think because English food isn't famous around the world, but I think the English breakfast is the best. And in Argentina, you have a very small breakfast.
Claro, es verdad. Sí, ellos me dicen que, bueno, que quizás este desayuno es como muy potente y obviamente lo que me decía Amy, bueno, no es saludable, pero claro, ustedes tienen un desayuno mucho, mucho más potente y nosotros en general, nuestro desayuno suele ser no tan fuerte. Es cierto, eso es cierto. Sí. Nosotros a veces, hay muchos países donde, bueno, en Estados Unidos también, a veces tienen un desayuno like a stronger breakfast, and sometimes we don't eat that much or different things. Something very popular in Buenos Aires that is not healthy at all son las medialunas con café con leche. In the bars, that's very, very common. Es muy común. Yeah.
Argentina, like in the evening, when you eat dinner in the evening, you go out to a restaurant at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's another difference. Es verdad, eso es otra diferencia muy importante. Dicen que, claro, acá en Argentina pueden ir a las 11 de la noche a un restaurante, sí, quizás mucho más tarde también. What time do you usually have dinner? Please tell me.
Yeah, 7 maybe, 6.
A las 7 de la tarde, claro, suelen cenar a las 7 de la tarde. Sí, yo les cuento, when I was there, like at 11, I was hungry again.
Yeah.
I think the difference is the heat, because obviously England is quite a cold country. So I think in Argentina, because it's hot, you wait for the sun to go down to enjoy a lot of food. Is that correct? Or
Yeah, maybe. And we're always late for everything. We're not very punctual. It's different. Like you English people are so correct, like so polite. We're different. Like we're more relaxed, and yeah, we can. For example, if there's a party or something like that, maybe we're definitely going to be 1 hour later. So we have a problem with that. That's everything here in Argentina is later. In most places of Latin America sometimes. So yeah, in the US it happens the same. They don't get it. Why you don't come on time? Sí, como que pasa mucho eso. Decían, bueno, ellos suelen cenar a las 7 de la tarde y decía que sí, en realidad para nosotros en general, no sé qué piensan ustedes, pero todo suele ser más tarde porque somos así, ¿no? Como, claro, me dicen a las 19, o sea, a las 7 de la tarde nosotros en Argentina merendamos. We have like a snack or something like that, okay? Yeah, and then we have dinner. Pero sí, yo lo que les decía es que en general nosotros somos de llegar tarde, somos como más relajados, si vamos a un cumpleaños o una fiesta, solemos llegar 1 hora más tarde, así que somos así como medio, ¿no? Con los horarios somos como medio complicados. Ok, unas 2 preguntas. Ok, do you listen? Can you hear me, guys?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so about tea, we have this this idea of the tea, the 5 o'clock tea, about the queen as well, and all this. Is it like that, or can you have tea, for example, at your house? Is it like popular like that, or you go somewhere to have tea with scones? How you take it? ¿Cómo toman el té? Y bueno, si es algo, porque nosotros como que relacionamos todo esto del té, la reina y demás, toda esta cosa así como muy puntillosa de alguna forma, si lo toman en casa, si lo toman en otro lugar, Acá me dicen, en algunas provincias dormimos siesta. In some provinces, they have a nap, okay? They rest during that's something not very common in other countries. They don't sleep during the afternoon or after lunch. They don't have the time to do it, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember when we were in Cordoba. I think it was January or December, so it's very hot. And in the afternoon, Amy had to sleep because it was so hot. But we don't do that here, no. But I guess this is the same thing what we're talking about, but with tea. I know, like, traditionally, tea at 5 o'clock, maybe, that happened here a long time ago, but it's different.
Era lo que se hacía antes.
It's different now because it's the same all around the world. People are busy, people have jobs, so people finish work maybe at 5:30 or 6, so people are still working. But the truth is, English people drink tea in the morning, at lunchtime, in the afternoon, and in the evening, any time of day, at home or out, in a restaurant, anywhere.
Anywhere. And with something special, with any food in special, like scones or something like that?
Only so special.
So there's like, when you say tea, there's two meanings. So like, if you just say tea by itself, you mean the drink. If you say afternoon tea, that you might have seen pictures where you have like a stack of food. So you have scones, you have sandwiches, and you have cakes to eat with your tea.
Ok, bien. Entonces, me decían que actualmente esto de las 5 de la tarde del té es imposible porque la gente está trabajando hasta más tarde y claramente no pueden hacerlo, pero sí en Inglaterra se toma té todo el día. En tu casa, afuera, donde sea, pero lo toman todo el día. Y lo que me aclaraba ahora Amy es que hay una diferencia entre decir tea, o sea, té solamente es cuando uno toma la taza de té, y cuando dicen afternoon tea, sí, como el té de la tarde, es que comen, vieron como esas así como las bandejitas donde hay como distintas cosas, van a tener algún sándwich, scones y distintas cosas, sí, para comer y para acompañar el té, no va a ser solamente el té, sí. Bueno, no, esta era la última, estoy viendo si me queda ahí. Ay, ¿alguna pregunta? No. Bueno, y la última, porque sí, bueno, hablamos de comida, pasamos ahí por todo un poquito, nos quedan muy poquitos minutos. La última, fútbol. You've been to Boca Juniors. Fueron al estadio de Boca Juniors, ¿sí? Fueron a la cancha de Boca. Nosotros decimos así, la cancha de Boca, la Bombonera. Así se llama. Bueno, y los dos se sacaron fotos, los vi ahí. ¿Vieron un partido? You see a match? You want to do a match?
I think it's very difficult to buy tickets for the Bombonera, the stadium.
Bombonera. Try again. Bombonera.
Bombonera. But
That's it.
Boca Juniors, yes, they're the most famous team from Argentina. But when we were in Buenos Aires, we spoke to more people who are fans of River Plate.
Claro. Bueno, ahí sí, son como los dos equipos ahí. They're like the two most popular. Yeah.
And a friend of mine who lives in Buenos Aires, he supports Racing.
Sí, Racing. I love that stadium. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's just amazing. Because you can see it better from any place. Sí, se puede ver bien desde cualquier lugar. And la Bombonera, I don't like it. It's like you have to go through these stairs, and I don't like this. Yeah, the stadium actually. Yeah, and La Boca, to be honest, is a little bit more dangerous. So yeah, I don't like it that much. And I'm not a fan of Boca Juniors. I have to tell you the truth. I'm not a fan.
Okay, yeah, they're famous, so a lot of tourists go there. I know, that part of town, La Boca.
La Boca, claro.
It's beautiful, it's colourful, but I know that's traditionally like the poorer area, the more deprived part of Buenos Aires.
Claro, tiene una zona ahí como más, es un poquito más peligroso en algunos lugares. La Boca tiene, obviamente, tiene toda la zona de Caminito, tiene la parte de la Bombonera, hay cosas turísticas, Tenemos también, no sé si fueron a Fundación Proa, a museum called Fundación Proa, which is beautiful. They have modern art. It's so, so beautiful. But the zone is quite like a little bit dangerous sometimes. So, well, yeah, we need to know how to go there. Se hacen excursiones a los partidos y en medio de la barra brava para extranjeros. Claro, they make excursions to foreign people, and if you go, I don't know how to say barra brava. Barra brava is like the most, sometimes like dangerous part of the, how we say, of the funds, but they are like the most excited ones, and but you can't be part of it because they take you there. It's like in Brazil when they can take you to La Favela. Okay, something like that, and you say, okay, I won't go, I think, but would you go to something like that?
We've been to a favela.
We did in Rio.
Oh, no, but to la barra brava. ¿Irían a la barra brava? To be like
hooligans. Is it? Yeah. I think that's a fun. It may be dangerous, but it's a fun way to watch a football game. In England, maybe like 30 years ago, there was a big problem with hooligans in football in England, but not anymore. But this is something else that England and Argentina have in common. They're two countries that love football. I know that both our countries have a bad history with football.
Yeah, the hand of God.
Yeah, Maradona, the hand of God.
Yeah, definitely.
But also, like, beyond football, England and Argentina, it's true, they have a bad history, but when we were in the country, we met such nice people, and they wanted to be our friend, they wanted to help, and we hitchhiking, we stayed at people's houses, we had the best time, and even though we're from England, we have bad history, the people were so nice to us, and we have friends there now for life.
And family. I consider them family.
Ok, bien, me dicen que sí, que en realidad, bueno, obviamente nosotros tuvimos, no solo por el fútbol, esto que decíamos, como la mano de Maradona, que fue, bueno, en el partido y demás, que bueno, que fue algo controversial y demás, y ese gol valió, pero en realidad después se conoció la mano de Maradona. También tuvimos, obviamente, otra cuestión, que fue el tema de la guerra de Malvinas, que también, digamos, como países quizás en algún momento fue una cosa que nos separó un poco, pero que sin embargo los recibieron de una forma como súper cálida, que la gente fue muy linda con ellos y que tienen amigos, generaron amigos y tienen amigos aún hoy que consideran como familia. Yo creo que eso es algo que quedó en el pasado y como de generaciones anteriores. Obviamente que por supuesto nos duele lo que pasó, pero que no tiene nada que ver con el pueblo, con la gente. I think it's something that has not to do with people, with English people, you know, sometimes with politicians and some other things, but yeah. So I actually been like helped by a post guy in England because I got lost, and he told me, "Oh, you're Argentinian." Yes, and I didn't know how to get someplace, and he helped me. And the first thing he told me was, "Okay, Argentina, the hand of God," and that was the first thing. It was like, okay, but he helped me. And I was like, I don't know, I was 15 years old, and he helped me. I was alone in the street, and he helped me. So a pesar de, even though we have that thing, he helped me, and that was very nice thing. Les decía que tenía 15 años, estaba sola en la calle, me había perdido, tenía que llegar a donde estaba, a una casa de familia donde estaba otra amiga, me había perdido en Inglaterra, y me encontré con un señor ¿cómo se llama esto? Del correo, y me ayudó, y lo primero que me dijo fue Argentina, la mano de Maradona, fue lo primero que me dijo, pero me ayudó, me llevó hasta el lugar, me dijo, yo te acompaño. Así que bueno, pese a esas cosas, la gente, nada, es súper amable y nada, y eso creo que es súper lindo. Do you feel, we are almost finishing, but do you feel we're a little bit exaggerated in everything? Like in football and things, we're like the Italians?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you can definitely tell that Argentinian people, like their background and history is from Italy. I think in the way that, especially the people from Buenos Aires, like the way that you look quite Italian. You talk loud, you use lots of hand expressions like this.
Usamos mucho las manos, sí, sí, sí.
Certainly in Buenos Aires, great Italian food. Pizza everywhere. Pasta, really, really good Italian food.
But yeah, that's what I love about also South American, and we've been talking about the differences, but I think mainly like I feel like I'm Latin American in my like heart. I feel like I was born in the wrong place because everything is like stereotypical, like we were talking about how you're always late, I'm always late. I feel like I just feel very Latino. Like when I was growing up, I was dating an Argentinian guy, and so I learned Spanish, and then I don't know, I've always danced to and listened to Latin music, like reggaeton, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Such a connection to your continent, and yeah, like we're looking that in February we want to move and live in South America, so. And Argentina
bien.
is definitely going to be coming to Argentina.
Ok, bien, le gustaría entonces vivir en Latinoamérica, y Amy lo que dice es que se siente como si hubiese nacido de alguna forma como en el país o en el continente equivocado, porque siente una conexión fuerte con Latinoamérica, que aprendió español y demás, entonces bueno, y que posiblemente en febrero del año que viene están considerando el mudarse a Latinoamérica. Bueno, no sé, hago la última. Do you have any ingredients? Because you told me like Indian food, it's like very, very popular there in England. Any special dish and any ingredients you can tell us about the English food that
I think, it's tradition that on a Sunday we eat a traditional English lunch. It's similar to in the United States, like Thanksgiving. Like,
it's not Indian food.
No, this is English. So it's just meat and potato, vegetables, the Yorkshire pudding that you spoke about earlier, which is a little bit like a pancake, and covered.
Okay, como un pancake, like a pancake, you said?
The Yorkshire pudding is similar to a pancake.
It's the same ingredients as a
You're
pancake.
frozen.
You put it in the oven and it rises.
Okay. But that's something that you may have on Sundays, right? Just on Sundays.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's covered in a sauce. We call it gravy, but it's like a sauce made from the meat, and it's delicious. And it's good to have it in a pub with an English beer when it's cold outside. Perfect.
Ok, bien. Entonces me dicen que sí, que tienen un plato ahí como medio tradicional que a veces se come los domingos, que tiene carne, vegetales, papas, una salsa, y que también hacen como una especie de panqueque que va como al horno y crece. Eso fue lo que más o menos. Y lo último, ahora sí lo último. Is it possible to find vegan and vegetarian food? I mean, in the markets, in restaurants, bars, can we have this in England? I mean, not just in London, because sometimes in big cities it's kind of easier, right? En las ciudades grandes es más fácil encontrar cosas vegetarianas, veganas y demás, o en algunos supermercados muy grandes. Pero what about other cities, like Manchester, other places? Is it popular, or can we have things like this?
Yeah, it's really, really popular. I would say that we meet like 3 times a week. Mostly we eat vegetarian food. And yeah, it's really easy. I would say every restaurant gives you a vegetarian option.
Everywhere.
Mostly you can have a vegan option, and then also if anybody listening is gluten-free, I'm gluten-free. Becoming more and more normal. So like I think whatever food you want to eat in England, you're safe.
Anywhere in the world, any food from anywhere in the world, vegetarian, gluten-free, anything you want, it's easy to find in England.
And Manchester has a
Okay, se puede. Bueno, se nos había acabado el tiempo, pero necesito que ellos, nada, se puedan despedir, que Amy y Nick se puedan despedir y que nos digan las vías de contacto. Se pasa muy rápido el tiempo, muy rápido el tiempo, pero... A ver, denme ahí un minutito. A ver si ahí conectamos un segundo de nuevo.
Hola.
Hola. See, I'm sorry guys. It was, we just talked for about an hour. That's why it was, we talked a lot. But well, you couldn't tell me about, well, people, I don't know, they will come, but I want to post all your details, okay? And that you can tell us how to contact you and anything else that you want to add about your business, okay? So I can post it. And I will post all as one video on YouTube, okay?
Okay.
Arkan's here. Hi, Arkan.
Hi, Arkan. That's the guy we met in Jordan. So you can find us on Instagram at What the Faux Travel and What the Travel Productions on
YouTube.
YouTube.
What the Faux Travel Productions.
So we're slowly releasing videos of the trip we did last year, so you can have a look at those. But yeah,
I think the best way here on our Instagram,
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is maybe the best way to contact us. But on our Instagram, on our profile, you can also find the website for our new podcast business that we're running, which we started this year. And so I think Instagram is the best way.
The best way, okay. And the podcast is available on Spotify.
Yeah, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I've heard it on Spotify, but okay. So we can put as well, I will put as well the name of the podcast, okay? So they're coming again. But yeah, I'm so sorry. Sometimes these things happen. We don't have like much time. That's Instagram. And it's this way. Do you have anything else to add? Me decían ahí, bueno, vamos a dejarles toda la información de contacto, pero si van al Instagram de ellos, que yo ahora les voy a dejar la página, van a poder encontrar, hola Lucas, hola Chu, van a poder encontrar toda la información de contacto, ¿sí? Van a encontrar la web de ellos, que aparece ahí en el Instagram, y desde ahí van a poder ir directamente a ver cómo es esto que hacen ellos, que generan este negocio que armaron este año, que es para los que quieran tener un podcast que puedan hacerlo, porque ellos, digamos, te ayudan a poder generarlo y a poder concretar esa idea que quizás vos tenés y no tenés las herramientas para poder llevarlo a cabo. Something else, guys, that you want to add or something you want to say before we say bye?
For me, I'd like to finish by saying that Argentina, but all South America, we really love South America. And because, of course, if you look at the history with the Spanish, the Portuguese, the British, or the Dutch, South America has a lot of things that are similar to Europe, a lot of similarities, but lots of things that are very different. Now, we talk about this with some of our Brazilian friends, and they agree, but in Europe, it's fair to say in Europe, maybe it's safer, maybe there's more opportunities for a good job, maybe, but I think in South America, the people know how to enjoy life. So here in Europe, someone might have a good job, they might have a good house, but they're not happy. But the people in America, I think it doesn't matter if they're rich, and there are lots of people that are very rich in South America, but it doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're poor. I think everyone in South America knows how to enjoy life, and that's why we love it.
Ok, bueno, lo que me estaba diciendo ahí Nick es que ellos sienten que más allá de que quizás en otros lugares sea más fácil conseguir trabajo que en Latinoamérica, más allá de a ver, como de la posición económica de la persona en Latinoamérica, si tienen mucha plata o poca plata, que la gente se siente esto de que la gente es feliz, ¿no? Como que están, que son como que están más contentos, que están más felices, se siente como esa cosa de distinta quizás a otros países, a otros lugares, a otros continentes. ¿No es cierto? Bueno, sí, como una diferencia cultural y eso es lo que a ellos les gusta. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, in every country is different. We have, I don't know, maybe I feel like Amy, I think I was born in the wrong country as well, in some way. Oh, well, these things, because sometimes, yeah, we love, I don't know, yeah. But Italians have a great phrase for that. I don't remember, it's like far niente or something like that. Have you seen Eat, Pray, Love? ¿Vieron la película?
It's the art of enjoying yourself.
Sí.
Yeah.
I look up here.
I know what you mean. I can't remember. I'm gonna.
Voy a buscarlo acá un segundo porque es una frase que me hace acordar mucho a esto. Dolce far niente. Dolce far niente. Es como el placer de no hacer nada, ¿no? Tiene que ver con eso. Que a veces tener que, bueno, justamente en la película Amar, Comer, Rezar, hablan de eso, de tener que los italianos tienen como ese momento, dicen, no, los americanos son como que siempre van rápido y siempre quieren otra cosa y no, hay que tener un momento para disfrutar la vida. Creo que eso tiene mucho que ver con lo que ustedes decían, así que dolce far niente, no sé si está dolce far niente bien pronunciado, no, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly or not, but I think that's the idea in some way, okay? Well, thank you so much, guys, for this, okay? Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Gracias, mucho gusto.
Y cuando volvimos a Argentina, podemos ver Eat, Pray, Love juntos.
Ok, perfecto, sí, sí, sí. Los espero para llevarlos a algún lugar, para llevarlos a conocer algún lugar. If you want, okay, I'll wait for you to, yeah, we can go somewhere, okay? I can travel with you, I can, like, yeah. Yeah, or my family, because they live in different places. So yeah, we can give you information and things. So yeah, we'll stay in touch, okay?
So, thank you. Thanks people for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Sí, gracias a la gente que nos estuvo acompañando ahí, que nos hicieron el aguante. Y bueno, después completo todo con toda la info, ¿sí? With all the information. Thank you so much, guys. Gracias a los que estuvieron del otro lado. And well, bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Adiós, nos vemos. Chao, chao.